Okay. Okay. Let's see. We got a mic. Yeah, we got a mic. Have we got a stream? Do we have glitter on our shirts? Probably. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on, they said. Hmm. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's see. Guy's here, Marie's here, Rick's here, Dave's here. Tom is being quiet for pre-show. Well, actually, I wasn't being quiet. You just couldn't hear the screams. You couldn't hear the screams. But I did want to give a shout out to my good friend, Dwight Hobbs, because Dwight made this bowl for me, and it's perfect for displaying, that's right, Smarties and Dum Dums. So if you drop by the studio, you can come have a Smartie or a Dum Dum. And big shout out to Dwight for that. We helped him out with some live streaming issues, and he's a wood turner, and so he sent us in a bowl. Tim's here, Clint's here, Gian's here, Peter's here, Live Media Pro. Okay, come on. I should know that. That's Jerome. Jerome's here. Hello and welcome. There we go. We finally made it in. You know, if you can't show up on time, just show up whenever you can, right? Let's see who else is here. Vista Church. Is that Dean? Ricky's here. Welcome. Jan has audio. Yeah, I can't take that call right now. As much as I'd like to, as much as I would dearly love to don't give me the audio thing. I know that audio works. He shouts at me, audio, audio. Yes. Maggie says, I love food as a gift. Well, Maggie, it wasn't food. It was just the bowl. But the bowl is really cool. But the Smarties and Dum Dums were, stuff we already had on hand because we have to have Smarties and Dum Dums here if we're going to be a streaming show. I mean, really. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this stuff. Turn off that. Display 2 is, can we make that like something that doesn't exist? Yeah, there we go. But no, Rich is here. Rich shows up on time for a change. There you go. Clint got his mouse pad. Yeah, we got the new mouse pads in. Yes, indeedy. vMix to the max. This is actually Mobile Bay with the sunset there. Tim took a picture and then had it transposed to a mouse pad. And you can see Dan and Rooney there. And you guys can have one of these too if you'll send an email to iwantamousepad@vmix.com. 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 I believe it will also work with I need a mouse pad at vmix.com and say good things about vMix and they'll send you a mouse pad. Maggie said, my mom always told me never to bring an empty dish. Well, it's a guy thing. Guys will bring an empty dish. Guys will bring nothing. They'll just show up hungry. Oh, my goodness. Merry Christmas, Dan. And John has new wheels. That's right. He and Marie are tootling around in a brand new car. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, sorry for being on late. And Rich, you're early, so apparently that works for you. But was trying to do too many things. That's just the way it is. You try to do something and ooh. Oh, guy sent the wrong email. Although, Guy, I got a bunch of requests from Tim this morning to send out mouse pads, so I'll see if your name is on it. Oh, they're Marie's wheels. There we go. All right. So it's just a matter of understanding who's what. Yeah. Hey, Cliff's here. Welcome, Cliff. Thanks for the shout out yesterday. Marie signed and paid, so she is the. Not only is she the brains in the family and the good looks in the family, but apparently she's the money in the family too. And Jan is just a kept man. Gee whiz. Are you doing a vMix 23 unboxing today? Oh, has vMix 23 been released? You guys heard anything about that? vMix 23 is out there? Huh. I didn't know that. We'll have to take a look at that. Yeah. Jan said we picked up the new wheels a few hours ago. Oh my gosh. And just started mounting some of the most important accessories like, hey, Michael, like a vMix mounting rack. Hey, Tony. Welcome, Michael Graves and Tony Lightfoot. You remember Michael? Michael came on the show and did the show with me about the Sony, the Logitech Brio. And Tony came on and did a show with me about underwater cameras and water skiing. You remember that? There we go. Jan says everything he owns belongs to Marie anyway. Smart man. Smart man. And yes, you should all be envious of Jan. Indeed. You should, for sure. But anyway, yes, I did hear that vMix 23 was released early this morning. 23.0.0.30, which didn't last very long. 3.0 didn't last very long, maybe about 6 hours before .3.1 was released. It was really funny. I downloaded, I'm using two PCs. I've built a beautiful PC. I just haven't had a chance to install it yet, trying to move everything back to just one PC. But I downloaded vMix 23 on a new PC, the official version, and then downloaded it on the second PC, official version. I noticed the version numbers were different. And in between the two downloads, vMix had released an update that it was just a little minor thing. No vMix mounting bracket, but an electronic parking meter, an electronic bridge badge. Well, there you go. All right. 31. Yes, 31 is the one. Welcome, Vegas Video Network. That would be Scott, I believe. And Hassan is here. Welcome. Glad to have you guys in. We haven't started the show yet, hence the pre-show moniker right down there. But we're getting there. A phone holder. There you go. Jan is telling us about the accessories in his new Volvo. Yes. Tim says, yes, 3 update started as soon as he installed 3.0. Yeah, that same thing happened to me. Sure did. No, I'm really excited about 2.3, 23, vMix 23. Not because of the new mouse pads. And if you want one of these, you can get it at iwantamousepad at vmix.com. We'll send it to you. vMix will send it to you through us. Jason's here. Hey, Jason. Martin's here. Hey, Martin. Long time no talk to. A couple months. Anyway. So, yeah. vMix 23 is cool. There's a lot in it. Holy cow. I mean, it's not the kind of features like the first time vMix introduced NDI or vMix Call, but in a lot of ways, it's a deep release. There's so many different features that are so very important and will make, for those of you that are experienced live streamers, you're really, really, really going to appreciate it. We're probably going to do the show from the control room today, just because I've got so many things I want to show. And 400 AGL is here. As if I knew who that was. DJ's here. Welcome. So we're going to do the show from the control room here today instead of from the set. That Roger was here. And so we're going to talk about vMix 23 and all the different things that are in it. And I think it's going to be fun. But first, wait, there's more. Let's see, let's bring that there, bring that there, and we'll take that there. Yeah, there we go. So first off, I would like to basically walk you through. I want a mouse pad at vmix.com. Returns mail delivery failed. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe it's I want a mouse pad. Give that one a try. Eduardo is here. There you go. It is a message of hope. Oh, it's Mel. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, Merle. Let's see. I'm getting distracted here by the lady walking by with her dog. What are we doing? We are doing how do you get vMix? That's it. How do you get vMix 23? How do you get vMix 23? You get vMix 23 like this. You go to vmix.com. That's vmix.com. And you go to their website and you scroll down a little bit to where it says download free trial. That's right, download free trial. You press that button, it takes you to another page. And in this case, it's version .31, which is the right one. And you want to go ahead and download that. And you can see it's downloading in the bottom left-hand corner. But, oh, golly gee whiz, this we got to run this back. Hold on, get back here. All right, but you also want to check this blue button right here to make sure, put your stream key, not your stream key, but your registration key there, and click the check box. And that will tell you if you've qualified for a free upgrade. If not, stay tuned because we've got some information. In fact, we're going to be giving away some free upgrades here in a few minutes. So you're going to download this. And by the way, while this is downloading, it's going to take a second. I'm going to go over to the forum and I want to show you the feature request section because this is where all the good features in vMix come from. There are 80 pages of feature requests. This is just one page. And you can see there are big feature requests, there are little feature requests, there are pet peeves. And we're going to go ahead and start up the vMix install right here. But and it just, I don't know why this works the way it does, but you just do run anyway. Hopefully they'll get that cleaned up at some point. And I'm doing a lot of things on this PC simultaneously, so obviously it's going to take a second, but in just a minute, it's going to pop up a window that says, hey, we're getting ready to install. Don't be running anything else. And I take them at their word. In particular, I don't think Martin wants the Chrome browser running. So go ahead and kill off all that stuff before you do your install. So there. I would encourage you to visit the vMix forum, to join the forum. And here it is. There's the warning right there about don't use it, about close all the other programs. Yeah, close all the other programs for sure. And we're gonna stop that one, and we're gonna come back here. All right, so that's gonna get you vMix 23, the official release, not a beta. This is not a beta anymore. This is not pre-show. We're in the show. This is the show today. We're not having any fancy intros and all that nonsense. It's just not going to happen. Let's see. Tim made the free upgrade by 3 days. That's amazing. That's great. That's great. If you do the check and you find out you need to get an upgrade, the upgrade will cost you $60 US, regardless of what version of vMix you have, whether it's the basic HD, which is a $60 version, the SD, which is a $150 version, the HD, which is $350 version, the 4K, which is a $700 version, and the Pro, which is a $1,200 version. It's not a subscription. That's a one-time price, except if you want the updates, You get free updates for a year, and then you can pay $60 and get free updates for another year. So if you just bought vMix within the last year, you can update to vMix 23 for free. And I think that gives you 23. I'm not sure. We'll have to check with Martin and see if that gives you 23 for the full life of 23, or whether you have free 23 updates until the time that your free update time expires. A clarification there would be a little better. I'm getting distracted by Marie talking about Saturday Night Live in the forum. Sorry about that, Marie. The updates, $60 will buy you updates. You can get them from the vMix website, or you can get them from the Eastern Shore Broadcasting website. Go to the vMix updates section of our store, and you can get the update. Today it's on sale for $60. But in just a few minutes, we're going to be giving away a few copies of vMix 23. So, no, excuse me, a few copies of the update to vMix 23. And so you can either get that, or you can use the $60 credit towards anything else in the store. Your choice. If you want to, if you've got the basic HD, for example, and you say, I've been saving up some money, but I'm $60 short of getting the vMix HD. Well, if you win our vMix upgrade worth $60, we'll pay that last $60 and get you the vMix HD. Of course, you have to buy it from us, but that's okay, because buying it from us is a good thing. It's funny, of all the things that we sell, I mean, the PTZ Optics cameras, the X keys, the Yan capture cards, the Magewell capture cards, the Bird Dog NDI gear and PTZ cameras, the Ada cam, all the things that we sell, vMix tends to be the glue that glues it all together. Oh, yeah, and of course our custom PCs that are all based on vMix. We've sold one. Somebody said, please make me a Wirecast PC. I want it to run Wirecast. And so we made it to the Wirecast specs, but we also made it to the vMix specs, because we knew that sooner or later, and within 6 months, they said, we don't want Wirecast anymore. We already had it. We want vMix. Everybody's talking about vMix. vMix is the one. And yes, it is definitely the one. vMix is. And vMix does crazy cool things, like the X Keys XK68 joystick and PTZ Optics cameras. vMix is the glue that allows one joystick to control multiple cameras. It's just amazing. And the cameras don't know, and the joystick doesn't know, but it's vMix that does know, and it can make it all happen. We did a show on that a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, okay. So let's see. Without any further ado, I do want to bring in Martin and Tim. They've been so patient waiting in the green room to come on the show. So let's bring Martin and Tim in, and I think they've got a little thing. They've got a little thing they want to do. So let's let them do their thing, and then we'll take it from there. So here we go, Martin and Tim doing their thing. Pay no attention to that little play button at the bottom.
Welcome to this vMix 23 features overview video. The first major new feature is SRT, which stands for Secure Reliable Transport, and it's a point-to-point protocol for sending audio and video over an unreliable internet at a fixed latency. vMix supports both input and output, and also supports 4 outputs in the 4K and Pro editions. We support the HEVC and H.264 video compression standards, and will take advantage of hardware acceleration from the graphics card where available, such as from GeForce and Quadro cards from NVIDIA. Another major new feature is additional audio buses. vMix has previously had the A and B audio buses for audio routing capabilities, and we've expanded this up to G. So now you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which are all independent stereo audio buses, which can be routed all around vMix for things such as recordings, for separate streams, and for the NDI outputs. You can also record all of these channels together as a multi-channel recording in vMix AVI format, or you can send multiple channels out over NDI or external output to SDI and HDMI on supported output capture cards. We've also added the mix input into vMix in the 4K and Pro editions, and this is its own little mini mixer which has its own independent preview and outputs and transition and cut buttons, which can all be controlled via shortcuts. You can then use that independent mix input as a source into another input in vMix if you so choose, or send it out as a separate output if you want to have multiple video mixes independently controlled. We've also added support for NDI4 in vMix 23. And one of the new features available is to record the NDI streams in their native MOV format without using any additional CPU usage. This is available using the multi-quarter feature in vMix 4K and Pro editions. We've also added a free utility to vMix called the vMix Media Converter. This converts our own vMix AVI format into a ProRes compatible MOV file that can then be edited on other platforms, such as on Final Cut Pro.
There have also been some changes to the way that you can stream to Facebook Live in vMix 23. You're now able to use the Facebook API to log in via vMix to stream to Facebook Live and also other destinations at the same time. We've also added some scheduling to Facebook Live, so you're able to schedule streams now to Facebook Live, which is really handy if you're using vMix Social, so that you can set up the stream and then go into vMix Social and have your comments coming in before you actually start streaming. There are additional features to vMix 23, so if you would like to check out the full list of features, you can head to our website or to our blog. I'll put a link in the description to those. You can also head to vmix.com to check out the vMix free 60-day unwatermarked trial. So thanks for watching, and we'll stream you later.
Thanks for watching. Click to watch another exciting vMix video, or head to vmix.com for a free 60-day trial. See you later.
Well, all right. Gee whiz. So that was Martin and Tim. They can't hang around to answer any questions. You know, it's just it's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. No, obviously that was just them on YouTube. It was such a great explanation that I thought, you know, why try to do it myself? Although I will in just a minute, when they can do it for me. So there we go. You know, the big thing that I love about vMix is that it's so doggone, like a little dog like Rooney, so doggone powerful. Does it have the best, cleanest, coolest interface in the world? No. But frankly, I've learned as I've gotten older and grayer and fatter and slower that appearances aren't everything. It's what's underneath the surface. That's right. It's what underneath the surface that makes all the difference. And you know, when Nick Davidson introduced me to vMix, golly, I guess it was 2014, so it's been 5 years. I wasn't sure, and the deeper I got into it, the more that I saw there was, the more I liked it, to the point where I just fell in love with it. And so it's like second nature. I was working with somebody this morning, Colby, if you're watching, big shout out to you. And you know, there was some problems with the audio. We were trying to interface with some remote call-in site that was coming in through Google Chrome, and she was using a Rodecaster. And vMix was able to juggle all those balls and put all the pieces together and make it all work. Was really, really cool. Hey, Chris, glad you're here. The Cliff, by the way, I did show you in my video a second ago how to go to the feature request section of the forum. So if you want to see them upgrade the chroma key capabilities, by all means, make your feature request known to them. And then when you've done that, come back here and say, hey guys, go +1 my feature request, you know? Anyway, vMix is deep. It's what's on the inside that counts. I did want to show you, take a second and show you, because I'm really so excited about this part of it, the multiple audio buses. And this just happens to be my live setup right now. And what happened to all my buses? Did they disappear? Oh, no. Oh, wait, here they are. Oh, my gosh. There's the master and A and B and C and D and E and F and G. Holy cow. So I can take audio and I can route it to a bus. So let's take this desktop mic. That's the one I'm talking on right now. And we're going to right click. We can right click the M button. We can right click the A button. We can right click the B button. And we get the ability to choose another bus. So let's just choose the G bus. So I'm now routing this audio to the G bus. See, there it is on the G bus. In fact, I can take all of my mics. Let's do that. Let's take all my mics and route them to the G bus. So now they're all going to the G bus. And I'm going to route the G bus to the M bus. And then I'm going to take off the M bus for the others. How about that? What about this? Yeah. So the other thing we may have to do is check here in the audio settings, plugins, EQ, compression, noise gate. That's just for that particular, oops, so you can see it. This is G, plugins, EQ, compressor, noise gate, close. We'll close it. And I've routed both my mics to the G bus, and then I've routed the G bus to the master. How about that? Isn't that amazing? I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. So Chris says, can we use those buses for comms? Absolutely. Yep. And you don't have to send them to master. So if I take this off master and I turn the master back on there, now I could route anything else to the G bus. Yep. I'm convinced it's really going to be cool. So M is master. Yep. M is master. M is not mute. M is not mute. If you want to mute something, just click that button and you can tell it's muted. Well, let's see. Let's go back to this one, like this one. You can tell it's muted because it's blue. There's audio present, but the audio is muted. If I turn that one on and turn this one off, that's my mic over there on the set. So I'd rather use the one closer and not use them both at the same time. So the M bus is the one running ahead of the Metro. That's right, Marie. So all these great buses, we're going to think of all sorts of cool things we can do with them. And probably some other, people are going to say, well, I want to route the C and D bus to the E bus. Can you do that? No, you can't do that. But you might be able to if it's worth something to you in the feature request. So there you go. Audio buses, all sorts of great ways to route things in and out. I think we're going to find lots and lots of uses. It really is going to mean that we can get more complex in our audio. For example, if we want to have Zoom and we want to have Skype and we want to have a call-in through a special call-in software, now we've got the ability to route all that different ways if we want to, as well as obviously with different, what do you call those, virtual audio cables. Anyway, going to be fun. It's going to be fun. The other thing that I was wondering, and you guys may know the answer to this question, is SRT. Let's do a little screen capture here for SRT, and let's see, can we do this? No, let's do it. Oh, we're going to have to do this first and then bring it up. So bear with me just a second. So I'm going to bring up the settings and we're going to go to SRT. All right, so we've got SRT. Well, hold on a second. Where is SRT? SRT, it says it's here. Outputs NDI SRT. SRT. I'm a visual person, you know. If I don't see it, that means it doesn't exist. Martin Sinclair is a file cabinet person. He puts he puts things away. I bet all the clothes in his bedroom, his laundry room, are folded because we have to go to SRT by clicking this button and then finding the SRT settings right here. So we would enable SRT. We would have 3 types of SRT: a caller, a listener, or a rendezvous. Host name, oops, don't know whose host name that is, but it shouldn't be there. Port name, latency, passphrase if we need it, key length if we need it, and quality. This is going to be bitrate quality. Now, the resolution is already set because we're taking an output. We're taking output number 1. Let's slide this to the right for a second. We're taking output number 1 and sending that, so that the resolution is already determined at that point. What I found in playing with Dave, in working as 2 professionals, me and Dave Edwards, yeah, that rendezvous worked easiest. It navigated firewalls, and that I set up a rendezvous on my end as an output. He set up a rendezvous on his end as an input, and there was no problem. In fact, we kind of shared input output and set up a de facto calling program, but it didn't work nearly as well as vMix call because the latency was longer, and it didn't have mix minus and all that kind of stuff. The question I've got, and by the way, down here you can use a hardware encoder. Last week's show, was it just last week? I think it was just last week. Dave was on the show, and we talked about how to hack the NVIDIA card so that you could use more than 2 hardware encoders. This is not a vMix approved hack, by the way, so they won't support you if you have problems with it, because it's they play by the rules. Sometimes we don't play by the rules, but you can use a hardware encoder. And there's something called a low power encoder, and that's built into some CPUs. So you may want to investigate that a little bit. This picture actually is not the up-to-date picture in the vMix 23 documentation. It doesn't show this option down here, but it does talk about this in the help file. The help file, of course, is that helpful little question mark in the top right-hand corner of the vMix desktop. I know everybody uses that regularly. So we would set up an SRT with rendezvous, caller, or listener, and then somebody on the other end, and by the way, we can do that. This is vMix Pro. I've got the ability to do this on all 4 of my output channels. Or we can go into input, and I can bring up a stream SRT input, and I have the same options: caller, listener, rendezvous, with the host name, latency, etc., and the ability to use hardware decoder. So that's going to be really, really, really cool. The question I have, and maybe you can help me with, because the sum of your knowledge exceeds mine, of course, and several of you are smarter than me, and then there's the rest of you. I'm teasing, of course. But notice that there was a vMix SRT output that you got to by settings. In fact, there were 4 of them. And vMix SRT inputs, and I guess you could have as many of those as your CPU and GPU would support. But that both the output and the input could be caller, listener, or rendezvous. So the caller and the listener are not necessarily a designator of who's sending and who's receiving. So just keep that in mind. I think we'll talk more about that as we get into it. For example, I think you can leave a listener port open for a caller that's going to call in. And the caller may be calling in to receive, or he may be calling in to send. So we'll have to play around with that some more and kind of get the feel for it. Is Sam here? Hey, Sam. I hope Charlie got your PC up and running. He called me the other day with a question about that. So SRT is huge. Audio buses is huge. And I'm going to need some help with this next one. Let's go back to our desktop capture. We're going to do a full desktop capture. Add input. Where is it on this list? Is it even on this list? No, it's not on the list. How about that? Cancel. We're going to go to add input. I'm going to click the little arrow right here. And there it is. Mix. Mix is a new input. Let's scroll down to it. There it is right there. Oh, you can't see this yet. Sorry about that. So let me go back where I was. So I was doing add input, and I was looking over this list, and nowhere on this list is the mix input. Cancel. Going back down to add input, and there's a if I right click it, it brings up a menu with some of the more common inputs that I can use. One of these is called mix. So there's the mix right there. It's black. But it allows me to do a preview. And let's do one of the Logitechs. And an output. And let's do the other Logitech. Where is that Logitech? Right there. There we go. And we can make that this mix input live. So that's live. And then I can cut back and forth between the two of them. Or, let's see, if we go back to, let's just go back to this for a second. We'll go back here. And we can overlay. Do we want to do that? Golly gee. You know, see, here's the thing. Trying to use things that I don't really understand. Yep. So there you go. Now, Mix is available in the 4K and Pro editions. So if you don't see it down here, we'll go back here. If you don't see it down here, when you right-click Add Input, if it's not there, it probably means you don't have the Pro version or the 4K version. Now, if you've got the Trial Edition, it'll work with the Trial because the Trial is equal to the Pro. Eric's here. Welcome, Eric. Brave man having a baldy camera spot. Well, there's no bald spot there, John. If there were, it's news to me. Okay. So we'll talk more about the mini, the mix as we understand it. So we'll see how that goes. The support for NDI4 is significant, probably more significant for those of you that use multi-quarter, because what it means is your multi-quarter, and that's going to be 4K and Pro users only, your multi-quarter is now going to be able to use the NDI outputs and record those in the original MOV format. So it will require very little CPU, if any. I think Martin says none, in order to make these files. So that's good. The other thing while we're here, doesn't have anything to do with NDI, but you notice there's this vMix AVI option, which is a proprietary AVI format that Martin has developed that is uncompressed. And if you record in the vMix AVI format, either here on the multi-quarter or I think it's available in the regular recorder. Let's see. VAVI, yeah, there it is, vMix AVI. If you record a vMix AVI file, then you would need to use the vMix media converter in order to convert it to ProRes. And the media converter is a piece of software that vMix has put in as part of their installation pack. Let's see if we can find it right here. It's the interface is just a real wower. Media converter, there we go. And there it is. Yeah, it's function first. So you can add files, you can remove files, and then you can do the conversion. You've got a choice of LT standard and HQ quality, and you can specify an output folder if you want, and it will allow you to convert your vMix AVI files into ProRes files, MOV files. So there you go. That's going to be great for those of you that care about it. What about those of you that care about Facebook? He's like, I care about Facebook. Well, there are two things about Facebook. One of them is something Facebook did, and that is that they don't care anymore if you use their API and stream to YouTube or somewhere else at the same time. They have opened that up, and vMix has reconfigured itself internally in order to allow that to happen. And when Martin did that, he also decided that you should have the ability not only to live stream directly to Facebook, but to schedule a stream to Facebook. Aha, now we're getting into some good stuff. So you can schedule a stream to Facebook, schedule it, and then come back later and stream it. I haven't tried that yet. I'm looking forward to trying it. What I don't see in that is the ability to add a artwork, to add a little picture. If you watched today's, or if you were waiting to watch today's show, you saw this really cool picture that I brought in. Let's see if I can find it. And we'll have, that'll be, I almost said it. I almost said it. Sorry. Let me get the picture ready. Because, yes, some of you are already figured out, haven't you? Yeah, there it is. Number 4. Yeah, we'll just bring that right in. Some of you saw the picture today that it was the artwork. That was the artwork there while you were waiting for the stream to start. It said, whatever it said. And so that's going to be one of our trivias in just a second. You go, oh, well, I got to go back and look. Because that's the trivia that's going to allow you to win a vMix update. That's one of the pieces of trivia. Facebook, so streaming and scheduling Facebook, and they didn't talk about it, but it's in the vlog, and so you may want to read that, the vMix vlog about version 23. For those of you that are GT title, see, this is the deepness of this whole thing. There's a little something, in lots of different areas, and these are tweaks that, I know Martin was focused on SRT because I talked to him about it at IBC. And then there was also the audio buses, and then there was the Facebook API, and there was NDI4, and then it was a GT text bounding, and so you can bind your GT titles so that they'll expand. The text will expand, but it also binds it to the graphics so that when the text expands, the graphic expands too. It's really great. Oop, golly, now I've got the hiccups. I'm so excited. So, but here's the other thing. You can choose now, you've had the ability to stream 2 streams for a while, two separate streams. Now you can choose 2 separate streams with 2 separate sources for video and for audio. So you could stream 2 totally different shows. We're going to play with that one. That's going to be fun. Other little, you can go through the vlog. Tim's good about writing that stuff up. But like they added Mixer and Lightcast to the destination, so there are more APIs that are plugged into there. It's just really it's got good stuff at every level. Okay, so if you're watching if you're watching and chatting, and you can be in the YouTube chat or the Facebook Eastern Shore Broadcasting chat, because I've got both of them right here. If you're in the Streaming Idiots group chat, I can't see you, so you don't get to be part of this. You're going to have to come over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and click the Watch Live tab, or go to Facebook to the Eastern Shore Broadcasting page in Facebook and watch there and see the comments. Because I want to know, and there are 1, 2... Actually, there's one correct answer to this. And the winner, the first 3 winners, what the heck? The first 3 people, no, that wouldn't be right, because you could just copy each other. So we'll have to do another one. The first person to tell me what this is, the official name for this, and golly, now I've got to go look up the official name. Hold on a second. Bear with me 1 second. Actually, they used to use these in the Netherlands and in England. Let's find it. Here we go. Bear with me. Yeah, there it is. Okay, got it. We're good. We're good. All right, so here we go. If you can tell me what this is, the official name for this, then you can win an update to vMix 23. What is that? What is that? There's a particular name for it. 3, 2, 1. So we'll go back and we'll see. All right, now we'll watch right up here, see who has got an answer. First one with the answer. Yep, what is it? Martin wants to read the answer in my glasses. Michael is helping me understand about the mini mix. Yep, they used them in Netherlands. Oh, that's a great answer, Dave, but that is not the answer I'm looking for. It is similar to a litter, but a litter is technically different. It's a drag stool in Dutch. Well, we got to have the English version of that. Well, there's a porta potty, a drag stool. No, we have to have the English word. It's got to be the English word. Wait. Somebody just said it. Oh, and it scrolled by too fast. I got to pull it back up. Hold on. Let me get back up to you guys. John Thompson got it. It is a sedan chair. Yes, and Peter got it as number 2. But John Thompson, send me an email, tom@easternshorebroadcasting.com. With the sedan chair in the title, in the subject, and I will send you an update. And you also need to send me your license key, and I'll update you for free. Or we can hold it and upgrade you to anything you want in the vMix, in the PTZ, in the Eastern Shore Broadcasting store. A lot of people got litter. Litter was the easy one, yeah. But this was technically it's a sedan chair, which of course is where the word sedan came from, which is what a lot of automobiles here in the U.S. are referred to as a sedan. So there you go. A paramour, no, Rich. A paramour is actually would be like a mistress. And you said used in Amsterdam. Yeah, they were used in Amsterdam. I didn't say the Amsterdam word for it. I said they were used in Amsterdam. So there you go. All right, so let's give away another one. Let's give away another one. And I think I have the answer right on this, so I'll take anything that's close. What was the date? What was the date of the very first live stream to YouTube by me when I did the show called That Vid Blaster Guy? What was the date of the very first live stream? Now, if Amnon Nissan is here, he might remember because he was the guest. 1800s Volvo. Oh, that's good, Rich. That's good. It could be, yeah. It could be the name Volvo came from the Poles were known as Vols, and the seat was known as a Vo, so it was a Volvo. There you go. What date was the very first live stream by yours truly to YouTube? This is going to be tough. You guys are going to be digging through the archives. Like, okay, when was that? Was that in 2015? 2014? 1937. 1918. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. 1901. Oh, I can see you guys really are working hard for this. 1901. Who else has got something to make me laugh? Hasn't happened yet. Oh, Guy, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, you haven't done your first ever live stream. You've done some weird streams, but not live streams. December 7th, 1941. Oh, that's a historic day, but that's not it. It was not before your time, Jim. It was not before your time. I don't think. I mean, it wasn't in the 1800s or anything. Actually, it wasn't even in the 1900s. Up. Dave got it. Woo! All right. July 12th, 2012. Martin says you've mentioned it before. You just can't remember. Yep, that's right. July 12th, 2012. July 12th, 2012. So as of this past summer, we've been doing 7 years of live stream. And I guess, we could say that we're the longest continuously running show about live streaming that's live streaming. July 1st, 2013. That was close, Clint. That was close. All right, Dave, if you'll send me an email telling me what you want, whether you want the update. If you want the update, send me your stream key. And if you want credit in the store, that's fine too. A day which will live in infamy. Thank you, Dan. Yeah. I got, let's see, September 11th, 2012, July 12th, 2012. Good. Eric got it. Video Pepper got it. Dave said he watched it. Oh, there you go. He watched it back in July 12th, 2012. That was a horrible show, Dave. It was horrible. I mean, just terrible. In fact, that show was so bad. How bad was it, you say? That show was so bad that the developer of vMix, the developer of VidBlaster, when I asked him to come be a guest on the show, he refused. He said the quality of the show was too bad. He wasn't going to be associated with it. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That's too funny. Yep. I felt the same way sometimes, too. All right, so vMix 23. Guy says he just discovered vMix then. All right. Well, I hadn't discovered vMix in 2012. I discovered vMix in 2014. Cliff says he wants to see it. Well, let's see if we can dig it out of the archives. I don't know if we can do that quickly or not. Let's just go to the channel. We'll go to videos. And can we sort it by Date added, oldest. Well, there you go. That would be too easy to do. There it is. Screen capture demo. Picture. There we go. That's it right there. So we want to grab that URL. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a hoot. And we will add a web browser input, put the YouTube stream in the web browser input, and we'll pause it. And let's run it all the way back to the beginning. And are you ready for this? A flash from the past. Here we go. I guess it would help if I started it. Seconds or so. It goes on and on like that for another 20 seconds or so. And then let's see, I'm getting close to. Yeah, let's merge back to it. Hello friends, welcome to That VidBlaster Guy. I'm Tom Sinclair and I'm the host of the show, and I appreciate folks that have already joined into the chat. If you haven't figured out about the chat, there's a little arrow to the right of the screen that will bring up, first of all, information about the show, and then if you click on the chat at the top right hand corner, it'll bring up the chat and it'll kind of stay out there to the side. And you can chat with each other and let me know when I make a mistake. But try to keep that to a minimum. Really appreciate y'all tuning in this afternoon. Just will mention now that we're going to rebroadcast this pretty much right after the show is completed onto Bamboozer. So if you missed something and you want to come back and get it, we'll be rebroadcasting it again on Bamboozer, and then it will be available in their archives right after that. So delighted to be here and have you with me. Wanted to tell you how I got started with VidBlaster and with webcasting, and it's really kind of an interesting story. So we'll save that story for another time, but yeah, that was really pretty fun. So let's pull in Amnon. We've got, we can set up a clip where we've got him in there. Yeah, here we go. Alpha show, so we're not pulling out all the plugs yet. I don't have him on live, but we did do an interview yesterday, and I want to play it for you right now. I'm with Amnon Nissan with Nissan Communications up in Raleigh, North Carolina. I say up because, of course, we're down here on the Gulf Coast of Alabama. Amnon, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Glad to have you. Having a great day down here in the South. Okay, so Everybody needs to remember where they came from. Yep, everybody needs to remember where they came from. So what did you guys have to say about that? The world's longest intro jumped to 2135. What is it, 2135? Let's see. All right.
And what we did is we started by doing the hour in the beginning, and then 2 hours, and the second hour we would go in the studio itself where the guest and co-host were sitting, and we'll run it from there while the station was.
Yeah, Amnon's talking about the Computers 2K Now show that started out as a radio show. There you go. Oh, that was 135, Dave says. Okay, yeah, that's right. Hello, Otis. Glad to have you. Dan doesn't see any difference. Rich says the Nike logo is off. Is it? Was I backwards? Could I really have been backwards? That's too funny. Yeah, I think I parted my hair. No, I think the shirt. Yeah, you're right, Lich. That was backwards. It sure was. So Dan, yeah, there you go. Not too bad for the first time, says Video Pepper, who's trying to suck up to me for something. No telling. And Martin says Amnon hasn't changed. That's true. He really hadn't. He is still the same guy he always was. But we all have a place that we came from, and in some ways I'm still proud of that show. It was a very valiant effort. There was no doubt that there was a lot of passion behind it, less gray hair, and same kind of basic format. Yeah, there we go. So we all have a history. We all have a history. And since you knew my history, Dave, you get a free vMix update. That's right. So there we go. So let's see. We got vMix 23. We've given away 2 licenses. We've got some really cool things going on here. I was 12. Yeah. We could turn that into that vMix idiot guy. Yeah, we could. Yeah, Streaming Idiots guy. The Streaming Idiots idea came to me in the shower one morning as a great way to take the pressure off and let people talk honestly and share their successes, but also share the things they learned. And we only learn when we make mistakes. I mean, I think we really, really learn it. I mean, I can teach you something, but until you screw it up and then have to figure out how to unscrew it, you haven't really learned. Hey, Keck, glad to have you. And so the idea was that, everybody feels like an idiot sooner or later. What better way to start a community than to start a community of folks that aren't bragging about what they've done, but rather they are kind of confessing to their humanity, to the fact that they're not perfect and that sometimes they need help from somebody else. And I think that's a great attitude, and it's turned out to be a really successful remedy. I mean, a successful idea. And hat tip again to Marie and Jan for starting the Streaming Idiots group on Facebook. Several weeks ago we hit the 3,000 mark of idiots. And that's not taking everybody that comes in the door. I mean, we don't just take anyone. Hey, Pastor Errol, welcome. Glad to have you here. So we started the Streaming Idiots show. That was in a response. In fact, we ran that show parallel to the VidBlaster guys show for a while. I don't remember exactly how long. It was 3 or 4 months maybe. because I realized with the VidBlaster Guy show that we were kind of limited to VidBlaster. It was named. And also, VidBlaster was a trademark name and owned by the VidBlaster, whatever, Combi Corp or whatever the company was behind it. And so we needed to not be tied to that. And it was a good thing because shortly after we actually stopped the VidBlaster Guy show, VidBlaster stopped having a reseller program and went to a subscription-based model. And so, it was just a good move, not knowing the future, but it was one of those things. Yeah, there we go. One man, one PC, one. What was it, Dave? It was one man, one PC, one awesome broadcast. And I think I even still have the URL, one man, one PC. One man, one PC, one awesome broadcast. And it's funny that I migrated to 2 PCs and sometimes 3, and now have got a PC that I built over here that's gonna kind of spin me all the way back to the beginning, where we'll do everything on one PC. We'll stream it, we'll record it, and we'll do all the production and bring in all the guests, all that kind of thing. Rich says, do you have your first live broadcast of a soccer game? That's a good question, Rich. I bet we do back in the archives somewhere, probably on an old PC up on a shelf that we'll see if it'll still fire off. It was equally as awful. It was equally as awful. And as you can tell in that clip, I had audio problems, I had video problems, I was trying to do chroma key, I was a typical newbie. I was trying to do too much, and I didn't know how to use all the tools. Now that I'm wiser. Martin says, is any of that true now? Yeah, probably most of it. So, the circle of live streaming, circle of life in live streaming. That's right. But we all have a place where we start. And, some of us just happen to start at different places based on what we already know. I knew nothing. I didn't know anything about photography. I didn't know anything about video. I definitely didn't know anything about audio. Didn't know anything about much about internet. Didn't know anything about IT. Or IP, and flip the image. That's right. Didn't even get the image, didn't even get the camera right. And I don't remember, I wonder if I did that on purpose. I don't think so, but I could have, it's hard to say. But fun little trip down memory lane. And in those 7 years, I've had the pleasure of, more recently than 7 years ago, but starting in 2014, building PCs for folks that needed PCs for live streaming. And now that's pretty much my major business, is to build custom PCs. And we say custom, but it's just building a PC. There's nothing custom about it other than it's fitted to do what you want it to do. It's like, when you go out and buy a vehicle, Jan and Marie just bought a vehicle. Well, they had certain things they wanted in their vehicle. It wasn't like Volvo went out and said, oh, well, let's create this whole new thing just for Jan and Marie. It wasn't that kind of custom. It was more like, let's pick from all the options what options we want and make sure that those options are options that fit your needs, and then are options that we can include in there for a reasonable cost. Yep. Martin says, I'm describing him. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, a guy says, tip, don't use logos on shirts. At least if you do, don't make them recognizable or ones that are big enough for anybody to see or know. Video Pepper says, what did you do before that? Well, the whole thing that got me started on live streaming was that my sons were playing soccer. And I had coached them all the way up to high school. And no, I'm not tearing up. Was it a Logitech C920? I don't think so. I think it was pre-HD, Dave. It was probably a Canon Vixia HFR 100 on a easy cap. Yeah. But I was coaching my kids in soccer, and down on the field with the kids and coaching them till about age 14, 15, and then they were going to high school, and I couldn't coach. They wouldn't let me coach. Why? I can't figure that out. But I wanted to be down there close to them on the field. And I found out if you have a camera with a really big lens, they'll let you down there. In fact, the first camera I had didn't have a really big lens, but I went down there anyway, and nobody stopped me. So I did it, and I think the first camera was a film camera, and then it got digital, and then I got a digital camera that would take multiple shots and would make actual photographs, real photographs printed on paper, and handed them out to the kids, and then started putting the photos on a website and developed a website for the team, and then started carrying a video camera out there and getting a little video now and again, and every now and then I'd get lucky and get a good save by the keeper or a goal or something like that. And then one day, one of my buddies said, Tom, you know a lot about this stuff. I'm doing a big soccer tournament, and I've got a lot of teams coming in from far, far away. People can't travel and be there. Can you put that on the internet? I mean, we didn't even know what to call it. He didn't say live stream. He said, can you put that on the internet? Put video on the internet. Sure, I said. That was 2009, 2008. Yeah, I think it was 2008. And so that's what we did. But before that, my full-time gig for 20 years was I was a home inspector. Somebody buying a house would hire me to come in and give them professional opinion on the quality of the house, the roof, the heating and cooling system, the structure, the crawl space, the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical. And so I became probably close to an expert in all those categories, and did that for 20 years, 6,000 or 7,000 inspections in that time, houses and commercial structures. And I did a house that was 150 years old one day. That was amazing. So that's what I used to do before, but I did the live streaming gig. Started, I'd say 2008, so right on 11 years. It has been a real party. It's been a lot of fun. But enough talking about me. Let's talk about you. We gave away 2 licenses. We got vMix 23. I showed you how to download it, showed you where to go to install it. If you have problems, shoot me a note, or better yet, shoot a note to vMix, info@vmix.com. You probably also, if you're not already, you need to join the vMix forum. There's a lot of great stuff on there. People are all the time asking about how to take this and put it together with that in order to produce a third thing. And so the forum is a great place to go to get real-life accurate information that people have shared. I mean, that's real. Of course, the Streaming Idiots group is another good place for that, too. So if you're a Facebook person, you can just go do a Facebook search for Streaming Idiots, and we'll let you in. I'll tell you who doesn't get in. The people that say, I'm a gamer and I'm looking for a place to post all my games. Sorry, that's just not our group. So we don't do the gamer thing. There are tons of groups for that. Not trying to be exclusive in that sense, but rather trying to maintain our focus on the fact that people, this is everyday people that are doing live streaming for fun and for profit. And so we want to do the fun and profit thing for sure. Thanks for asking, Video Pepper. By the way, who are you? Where are you? And how did you get to this place? Who let you in the door? Who let you in the door? Let's see. What do we got here? Guy says, wow, video for personal coaching, webcam of sports events 2000 into live video feeds now. Not sure what you're talking about, Guy. But that's okay because, you know, I'm not generally the first one to the party on those types of things. Sometimes there's a language barrier, and it's almost always on my side. Don't you think? Where's my ta-da? There it is. All right. All right, Clint's going to upgrade his license. Don't forget to go to easternshorebroadcasting.com to the vMix upgrade section of the store, and we'll get you there. Otherwise, we're going to sign off. We got real work to do. So, thanks for your time today. I appreciate you. And oh, don't forget to put on your calendar for NAB in April in Las Vegas. It's the is it the 17th through the 23rd? That's too long. 17th through the 22nd, maybe the 16th through the 22nd. Anyway, it's a Sunday through a Wednesday, so it's a day. They've moved it up by a day. So the vMix Fun Time Live show might be live from there. We might be able to do a Streaming Idiots show live from there. But we'll be doing our party, the Streaming Idiots meetup, on Monday night at NAB, so we hope you'll get there. Oh, there we go. Our guy was saying the evolution, video for personal use, then live webcam at major sporting events, and now it's live streaming. And boy, there have been all sorts of side trips along the way. Surprise Puppy Films says that the ta-da actually surprised his puppy. Well, if that will do it, anything will do it. Yeah. Marie says, anyone want to pay for my trip to NAB? I bet Jan does. Think of all the money he saved on that car if you bought it. Well, there you go. So Guy's puppy wandered also. All right. Well, guys, we are going to trim the stream, cut to close. There we go. Rich is going to write. Oh, yeah, everybody needs to know Rich is writing a book about live streaming. And as soon as he gets it done, he's going to come on here and talk about it. And we're going to sell. We're going to put it as a bestseller. Yes, we are. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Catch you later. And what else? Yeah, do some good things. Bye now.